Time now for our business update. Brian Quinn joins us in the studio. And Brian, we're looking at a big day for mobile technology.
If you're in the market for a new smartphone, you might want to keep an eye on the Mobile World Congress that kicks off in Barcelona today. Now, Samsung, one of the show's traditional stars, has decided not to release its latest phone. Instead, it's going to run extra safety tests following an exploding battery scandal. Meanwhile, two old-school players are getting back into the game, with Nokia and BlackBerry hoping to make a 21st century splash. Pierre Delia has more.
There's something of a retro vibe at this year's MWC. The world's leading mobile industry event is set to host the return of two former market-leading giants, Nokia and BlackBerry.
All those people who knew the brand from the past when they were successful, it's some kind of nostalgic retro feeling.
Nokia is expected to launch 3 affordable Android-powered phones this year, including the revival of the classic Nokia 3310 phone, a candy bar phone from Nokia's heyday. Neither Nokia nor BlackBerry will be manufacturing the new phones bearing their names. The Nokia brand was licensed by the Finnish startup HMD, while the Chinese communications company TCL licensed the rights to produce BlackBerry phones, a way for manufacturers to benefit from household names and enter competitive markets.
The smartphone market is becoming more like soap powder, where branding is very important. It's becoming more like an FMCG market, and that's why brand is so important.
Another tech giant is looking to work on its brand and has decided not to unveil a new smartphone at the show, Samsung. The South Korean company said it would delay the launch of its new Galaxy phone, the Galaxy S8, and focus on the model's safety, following the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 exploding battery scandal last year.
They have to do that to get the trust of the loyal Samsung buyers back, and they have to make sure that never again this kind of battery disaster happens again.
A lesson for the over 2,200 exhibitors who are expected to showcase new technology and products at this year's show.
And to the United States now, and Brian, the U.S. federal budget looming large in the news as well.
Yeah, that's right. U.S. federal departments are expecting the Trump administration's first budget proposal to arrive at their offices on Monday. Chief among the expected spending measures, making good on Trump's promise to build up the military. Diplomacy looks to be taking a backseat. However, officials have said the State Department budget is expected to be cut by as much as 1/3. Avoiding the acts, apparently, are entitlements programs. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin said Sunday that the proposal will avoid cuts to social welfare programs like Social Security and Medicare.
And Brian, how are the markets looking this morning?
Well, European markets are opening higher on the news of a possible Scottish independence referendum that could bolster confidence in the EU. London's FTSE 100 up 0.5%, the CAC 40 here in Paris up 0.4%, and the Frankfurt DAX is up almost 0.3%. Asian markets are down today on share losses among major exporters, including Honda and Sony. The Nikkei down nearly 1%, Hong Kong's Hang Seng down 0.2%, and the Kospi down just over 0.4%. And some more of today's business headlines for you now. Deutsche Bank has cut its 2016 employee bonus pool by nearly 80%, according to an executive. The German lender has been hit with heavy fines relating to its mortgage security business in the run-up to the 2008 financial crisis. Deutsche reached a $7.2 billion settlement deal with the U.S. Department of Justice this past December. Corporate operating profits in Australia have hit their highest level in nearly 17 years. That's largely on the back of strong performance from the country's mining sector, which has rebounded from a previous downturn. Overall operating profits were up just over 20% for the last quarter of 2016. And a proposed merger between the London Stock Exchange and German counterpart Deutsche Börse is on the rocks. European antitrust regulators have insisted the UK exchange sell off its majority stake in an Italian trading platform by midday Monday. The LSE says it won't be able to pull that off. If the deal falls through, it will be the third failed attempt at a merger for the two exchanges.
And finally, for the business news, if your boss asked if you could be replaced by a robot, what would you say? Brian, I know what I would say.
What would you say, Will?
Impossible.
No. I think the business robot is coming, Will. I think it's coming.
Just a
But that's
matter
the
of time.
dilemma that employees at British insurance company Aviva are facing. The Sunday Times reports that Aviva has asked its 16,000 workers that very question. Those who answer yes, however, not put out to pasture just yet. They'll get training for different jobs in the company. The insurance industry is largely based on the calculation of statistics, and therefore it's particularly vulnerable to computer automation. But it's not alone, and neither is the UK. A 2016 White House report put up to 47% of all American jobs at risk.
That robot looks like it needs another coffee, I think, Brian. Brian Quinn with the business news.